It's Lady Blah Blah!
Keep it going, come on, keep clapping. Yes! Open mics, working the stuff out. That's what we do. We're struggling artists here.
Thank you. Yes, I am from New Jersey. Wonderful place to be from. As far from as possible, which I pretty much am. And as you can tell, I'm a baby boomer. I'm of that age. And I'm well groomed and well boomed. I have done my share of booming. I enjoy a good boom. Boom, boom. And however, it does catch up with you. So a couple months ago, my optometrist told me I have the very start of macular degeneration. Now, I've been called degenerate many times, but it's never been macular. That's a bit personal, you know. I can, however, the best thing about getting older is it does happen slowly. And they call it retirement, you know, because you're tired again, because you're doing all the things that you couldn't do before. Now, along with being a baby boomer, I'm a dyed in the wool, hippie, green, whatever. And a few years ago when I left my ex and went on a dating site, I descended into that fifth circle of hell known as dating sites. And some guy thought it was cool to say that he's the guy who invented those little stickers that go on fruit. I thought, are you kidding me? I would meet you just to tell you how much I hate those stickers on fruit, you know? So now look, I got a thing about packaging, okay? I got a real thing about packaging. Now, I don't mind these little barcodes that they got to put on everything. If they want to do that, that's fine. But for God's sakes, all packaging, for God's sakes, at least make it edible. I thought, I'll test it out. Maybe it is edible. I just haven't noticed, you know? I just haven't tried to eat the fucking thing. Try it. Forget it. If you're gonna put barcodes on everything, please make them edible, for God's sakes. And if anybody thinks that the world will be a happy place when everybody in the third world, like in Africa, there they are starving to death in refugee camps, and they're giving them bits of food, and they have stickers on them so you can track the whole global supply chain. Well, if you think that's progress, I've got a bridge to sell you. Does anybody know which bridge I'm talking about? Do you know the phrase? Do you know where that comes from? If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. Well, you can Google it, but not till I'm finished, okay? Because I know the answer. Now, the other thing is, a friend of mine has been in the United States because his daughter had a car accident. He's driving her across the country on a road show, and so he's in the hospital. And there's the sign in the hospital. I don't know if you can see it too well on my phone. It's a gun and a knife with a cross over it. Okay, no smoking, no this, no drinking. And it says, guns, knives, and weapons of any kind are not allowed on hospital premises. So that's okay, except the poor surgeons have to use plastic knives now. So it's not very nice, is it? No. Now, in the United States, as you know, things have moved along, and the agony aunt column has developed a little bit for the 21st century. So here's some that is a true things from a leading newspaper. Dear agony aunt, my new boyfriend tells me that he loves me to bits and would like to eat me all up, but first he would have to cut me into pieces. He keeps talking about someone called Jeffrey Dahmer. Should I be concerned? I don't know. What does the agony aunt say? The agony aunt says, no, but if you live in a city and he brings home a chainsaw, you might think twice about that. So, second one, dear agony aunt, one of my son's friends has let me know that he is more than a little bit interested in getting something going with me, okay? Now, I'm really embarrassed because he knows full well I'm old enough to be his mother. What should I do? Because I'm afraid of being called a cougar, right? So the agony, what should the agony aunt say? What do you reckon? Should she? Shouldn't she? Agony aunt says, yes, it is very unseemly for an older woman to be seen chasing after a young man. However, it is quite socially acceptable if once in a while you let one catch you. Okay, that's good. Next one. Dear agony aunt, my best friend's I recently separated. My best friend, hubby, has been chasing me and pursuing me and says, you know, he wants to get something going and that she won't mind and she'll never know about it. In any case, she's very open-minded, etc. I understand that he's really well hung and I'm horny as hell. What should I do? What do you reckon? What should she do? Agony Aunt says, me too, have you got his number? And then the last one, an old lover and my new lover have basically suggested that we have a threesome. I've never done this before. What do you think? Is this a good thing to do or not? What do you say? So the Agony Aunt writes back, it is okay to have, so far in this country, it is not the Texas Taliban. It is all right to have sex between consenting adults of any combination. By the way, if you ever need an extra woman. Okay. All right, thank you. I've been Lady Blah Blah.